Pelicans are large water birds known for their distinctive long bills and large throat pouches. Here's an overview of the life of a pelican. Habitat. Pelicans are found in a variety of aquatic habitats, including coastal areas, estuaries, lakes, and rivers. They are highly adaptable and can be seen in both saltwater and freshwater environments. Species diversity. There are several species of pelicans, but they are generally divided into two groups: the Old World pelicans, found in Europe, Africa, and Asia, and the New World pelicans, found in the Americas. Physical characteristics. Pelicans are characterized by their long bills, webbed feet, and large, expandable throat pouches. Their bills are hooked at the tip, and the pouch is used for catching and holding fish. Feeding behavior. Pelicans are primarily piscivorous, meaning they primarily eat fish. Their feeding technique involves dipping their bills into the water, then scooping up fish along with water. The pouch is then contracted to expel excess water, leaving only the fish. Social structure. Pelicans are often social birds and may be found in colonies. They are known for cooperative fishing, where a group of pelicans works together to corral fish into shallow water before scooping them up. Breeding season. Breeding seasons vary among species and locations, but it often coincides with the availability of food. Pelicans typically breed in colonies, and some species may have elaborate courtship displays. Nesting sites. Pelicans often nest on the ground in colonies, although some species may nest in trees or on cliffs. They use materials like twigs, grass, and feathers to build their nests. Parental care. Both parents are involved in caring for the young. Pelicans are known for their unique method of feeding their chicks. Adults partially digest fish and then regurgitate it into the pouch of the chick. Longevity. Pelicans can have relatively long lifespans, with some species living well into their 20s. Longevity can be influenced by factors such as environmental conditions, predation, and human impact. Migratory behavior. Many pelican species are migratory, traveling significant distances between breeding and wintering grounds. Migration patterns can vary among species, with some covering thousands of kilometers. Pelican diving behavior. While pelicans are known for their surface feeding, some species, like the brown pelican, are also capable of diving from the air to catch fish. This behavior is more commonly observed in New World pelicans. Conservation concerns. Pelicans face various threats, including habitat loss, pollution, and disturbance of nesting sites. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitats, mitigating human impact, and addressing specific threats such as oil spills. Pelicans and human fishing activities. Pelicans are sometimes associated with human fishing activities. They may opportunistically feed on fish discarded by fishermen or even snatch fish directly from fishing gear. Pelican flight. Pelicans are powerful flyers with strong, steady wing beats. They often fly in V-shaped formations during migration. Their large wingspan and soaring flight make them impressive to observe. Human interaction in urban environments. In some urban areas, pelicans have adapted to human presence and may be seen in harbors, marinas, or near fishing docks, where they scavenge for food scraps. Pelicans are charismatic and adaptable birds, and their unique feeding behaviors, impressive flights, and social structures make them fascinating subjects for observation and study. Conservation efforts are crucial to ensure the continued survival of these remarkable birds. Pelican species. There are several species of pelicans, each with its own unique characteristics. Some well-known species include the great white pelican, brown pelican, Australian pelican, and Dalmatian pelican. Pelican's gular pouch. The gular pouch, or throat pouch, of a pelican is an inflatable skin flap that can stretch to accommodate large amounts of water and fish. It's a distinctive feature used in their feeding behavior. Dietary variation. While fish make up the majority of a pelican's diet, some species also eat crustaceans, amphibians, and even small birds. Their diet can be influenced by the availability of prey in their habitats. Migration patterns. Pelicans are known for their impressive migratory journeys. Some species undertake extensive migrations between their breeding and wintering grounds. Migration is often prompted by changes in temperature and food availability. Thermoregulation. Pelicans may engage in various thermoregulation behaviors, including adjusting their position in the sun or water, spreading their wings, or panting. These behaviors help regulate their body temperature, especially in warmer climates. Human impact on pelican populations. Human activities, such as habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change, can have significant impacts on pelican populations. These factors can affect food availability, nesting sites, and overall ecosystem health. Rehabilitation and conservation centers. Rehabilitative and conservation centers play a crucial role in the care and rehabilitation of injured or orphaned pelicans. These centers often work to release rehabilitated birds back into the wild. Predators and threats. While adult pelicans are large birds with few natural predators, their eggs and chicks may be vulnerable to predators such as gulls, crows, and terrestrial mammals. Human disturbance, including fishing gear entanglement, can also pose threats. Pelicans and fishing interactions. Pelicans are sometimes seen in close proximity to fishing activities. They may follow fishing boats, hoping to scavenge fish scraps or catch disoriented fish. In some cases, this behavior can lead to conflicts with fishermen. Distinctive plumage and breeding colors. During the breeding season, pelicans may exhibit distinctive plumage and colors. For example, the Australian pelican develops bright pink facial skin, and the Dalmatian pelican displays tufts of curly feathers on its nape. Pelican courtship displays. Pelicans engage in elaborate courtship displays during the breeding season. These displays can involve synchronized swimming, head movements, and vocalizations to strengthen pair bonds. Role in coastal ecosystems. Pelicans play a vital role in coastal ecosystems by controlling fish populations and contributing to nutrient cycling. Their presence can influence the distribution and behavior of prey species in aquatic environments. Diving abilities. While pelicans are primarily known for their surface feeding, some species, like the brown pelican, are adept divers. They can plunge from the air into the water to catch fish, showcasing their versatility in feeding strategies. Nesting site selection. Pelicans are selective in choosing nesting sites. They often select isolated islands or areas with minimal human disturbance for nesting colonies. These sites provide protection for chicks and reduce the risk of predation. Pelican and human symbolism. Pelicans have symbolic significance in various cultures. In some traditions, they are associated with charity and self-sacrifice, inspired by the image of a pelican feeding its chicks with food from its own pouch. Pelicans are remarkable birds with a diverse range of adaptations, behaviors, and ecological roles. Understanding these aspects is crucial for their conservation and the maintenance of healthy aquatic ecosystems. Pelican adaptations for flight. Pelicans have strong, broad wings that enable them to cover large distances during migration. Their soaring flight is energy efficient, and they often glide on thermal updrafts to conserve energy. Longevity and reproductive patterns. Pelicans typically have a slow reproductive rate. They invest a considerable amount of time and energy in raising their young. The longevity of pelicans allows them to continue breeding over several years. Pelicans in mythology and folklore. Pelicans have cultural significance in various mythologies and folklore. In some traditions, the pelican is a symbol of self-sacrifice and nurturing, as it was once believed that pelicans fed their own blood to their chicks. Pelican vocalizations. Pelicans are not known for melodious songs, but they do produce a variety of vocalizations. These can include grunts, croaks, and bill clattering, which are used for communication within colonies. Oil glands for waterproofing. Pelicans have a preen gland near the base of their tail that produces an oily substance. They use their bills to spread this oil over their feathers during preening, which helps waterproof their plumage and maintain buoyancy in water. Distinctive bills for feeding. The bill of a pelican is a remarkable adaptation for their feeding behavior. The long bill, with its hooked tip, is a versatile tool for catching and holding fish. The expandable throat pouch allows them to hold large amounts of water and fish. Global distribution. Pelicans are found on every continent except Antarctica. Their distribution varies among species, with some being more localized, such as the Dalmatian pelican in Europe and Asia, while others, like the brown pelican, have a broader range in the Americas. Pelicans' diet diversity. While fish make up the primary diet of pelicans, they are opportunistic feeders. Depending on the species and availability, pelicans may also consume crustaceans, amphibians, and even small mammals. Pelican migration challenges. Pelicans face challenges during migration, including adverse weather conditions, habitat loss along migration routes, and potential conflicts with human activities. Understanding these challenges is crucial for conservation planning. Pelican population monitoring. Conservation efforts often involve monitoring pelican populations to assess their health and trends. This can include tracking population sizes, breeding success, and factors influencing their distribution. Pelican adaptations to salinity. Some pelican species, like the Australian pelican, are adapted to brackish and saline environments. They can tolerate a wide range of salinities in coastal habitats. Pelican and tourism. Pelicans are popular subjects for birdwatchers and wildlife enthusiasts. In regions where pelicans are abundant, they contribute to ecotourism and can be important for local economies. Pelican feeding techniques. Pelicans use different feeding techniques based on the species and habitat. While some species feed by surface dipping, others may engage in plunge diving or cooperative feeding strategies. Impact of pollution on pelicans. Pelicans are susceptible to the effects of pollution, particularly oil spills. Oil can coat their feathers, impair buoyancy, and affect their ability to regulate body temperature. Conservation efforts focus on mitigating these impacts. Pelican fossil records. Fossil records indicate that pelicans have been around for millions of years. Studying these fossils provides insights into the evolutionary history and adaptations of pelicans over geological time. Pelicans, with their distinctive appearance and behaviors, play essential roles in ecosystems around the world. Studying their biology, behaviors, and interactions with the environment contributes to a broader understanding of avian ecology and aids in conservation efforts. Pelican size and morphology. Pelicans are among the largest flying birds. The size and morphology of pelicans vary among species. For example, the great white pelican has a wingspan that can exceed 3 meters, 10 feet, while the brown pelican is smaller in comparison. Pelican nesting behavior. Pelicans typically nest in colonies on the ground. They form simple nests using materials such as sticks, grass, and feathers. Nesting colonies can range in size from a few pairs to thousands of breeding pairs. Pelicans' visual acuity. Pelicans are believed to have good visual acuity, which aids them in locating prey. Their keen eyesight is essential for spotting fish from the air before initiating their characteristic feeding dives. Pelican and sunbathing behavior. Pelicans engage in sunbathing behavior, where they spread their wings wide to absorb sunlight. This behavior is thought to help regulate feather condition, maintain health, and potentially aid in parasite control. Pelican and marine environments. Some pelican species, like the brown pelican, are well adapted to marine environments. They can often be observed flying low over the water or diving from the air to catch fish in coastal areas. Pelicans' Gular fluttering. Pelicans use a unique technique called Gular fluttering to cool down. They rapidly flutter their throat pouches, which increases evaporative cooling. This behavior is particularly important in warmer climates. Pelicans' relationship with cormorants. Pelicans are sometimes seen in association with cormorants during feeding. Cormorants may drive fish to shallower waters, making it easier for pelicans to scoop them up. This cooperative behavior benefits both species. Pelican flocking behavior. Pelicans often exhibit flocking behavior, especially during migration. Large flocks can be observed flying in V formations, taking advantage of aerodynamic benefits and facilitating group navigation. Pelicans' adaptation to different water depths. Pelicans are adaptable to various water depths. While some species are known for feeding in shallow waters, others, like the brown pelican, can dive from considerable heights into deeper waters. Pelican conservation programs. Conservation organizations often implement programs to monitor and protect pelican populations. These programs may involve habitat restoration, pollution control, and community education to promote coexistence. Pelicans' role in fisheries. In some regions, pelicans are viewed as both beneficial and problematic for fisheries. While they help control fish populations, they may also compete with fishermen for catch and occasionally damage fishing gear. Pelican feeding efficiency. Pelicans are highly efficient feeders. Their unique feeding strategy minimizes energy expenditure, allowing them to cover large distances during foraging without expending excessive energy. Pelicans' habitat preferences. Different pelican species exhibit preferences for specific habitats. Some are coastal or estuarine, while others prefer freshwater lakes and rivers. Understanding these preferences is crucial for effective conservation. Pelicans' relationship with tides. Pelicans are known to adjust their feeding patterns based on tidal movements. They may concentrate their foraging efforts during specific tidal conditions when prey is more accessible. Pelicans' threat displays. During periods of perceived threat, pelicans may engage in threat displays. This can include bill clapping, head turning, or adopting specific postures to deter potential predators or competitors. The life of pelicans is rich in diversity, with different species exhibiting various adaptations and behaviors based on their environments and ecological niches. Studying these aspects enhances our understanding of their ecology and contributes to effective conservation strategies. Pelicans' fishing strategies. Pelicans employ different fishing strategies based on their species and habitat. Some species feed by swimming on the water's surface and scooping up fish, while others engage in plunge diving from the air. Pelicans' relationship with other water birds. Pelicans often share habitats with other water birds, such as herons, egrets, and gulls. While there might be competition for resources, these birds also benefit from the collective detection of prey and potential safety in numbers. Pelicans' courtship displays. During the breeding season, pelicans engage in elaborate courtship displays to attract mates. These displays may involve synchronized swimming, mutual preening, and vocalizations to strengthen pair bonds. Pelican and human fishery conflicts. In some areas, pelicans are viewed as competitors with fishermen for fish stocks. This can lead to conflicts, especially when pelicans aggregate around fishing boats or near fishing operations. Pelican feather care. Maintaining the condition of their feathers is crucial for pelicans' buoyancy and insulation. Pelicans engage in extensive preening to remove parasites, align feathers, and spread oils produced by the preen gland for waterproofing. Pelicans' response to environmental changes. Pelicans are sensitive to environmental changes, including fluctuations in water levels, temperature, and prey availability.